Alright everyone, we're back with another team analysis video for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This is Ninja Man 32311. Seems like the last video for the Capcom side, a lot of people liked, and we're going to continue doing the same thing we did last time except with the Marvel cast. If you do like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And after this, we are going to go into the different types of teams and categories that I call them, and we're going to really discover like what teams work, what don't work, and we'll definitely reference some videos from Tampa Never Sleeps. Definitely go follow them at Tampa Never Sleeps. They usually post frequent Marvel videos. You can definitely cross-reference my material and watch their tournaments. They do a variety of different streams with tournaments and characters, so you can really see how dynamic this game is. Like, anybody can win with the character, even if last video I explained a lot of their limitations. So definitely go check out Tampa's Never Sleeps, and thank you for letting them give me permission to actually say their name. So today we're going to look at the Marvel side of characters, and as a general overview for a lot of the Marvel characters, all of the Marvel characters can be starting characters. Unlike the Capcom side, where a lot of them are not potential starting characters, most of the Marvel characters can start a team. They are the point character on the team. What this means is a lot of them have moves that can initiate offense quite easily, and many of the Marvel characters have tools that allow them to maintain the lead or steamroll their opponents. They don't have a lot of mix-ups, but they have enough of linear path of offense that they can really initiate their offense. One of the downsides for the Marvel cast is they don't have a lot of variety, whereas the Capcom side is very unorthodox and mix-up heavy. The Marvel side is very linear and structured in their turn in offense, right? So where you're gonna really see the Marvel characters dominate is how they gain privilege from the game mechanics, whereas the Capcom characters, they gain their privilege from situations during the game. We're definitely going to make videos on those different theories, but for those who have played this game since the beginning, Fate of Two Worlds, and all the way up to this point now, you're going to definitely see that a lot of the Marvel characters do have very straightforward special moves of the like. Even Wolverine, despite how fast he is, Spider-Man, X-23, to briefly go over them, they are very linear. They either go straight, they go straight diagonal, they don't waver in their offensive trajectories. So that's some of the downsides for the Marvel cast. Positives: straightforward offense, definitely can structure and really create a flowchart. Downsides: not a lot of mix-ups. They really privilege from the game mechanics, but they don't privilege from situational mix-ups like Capcom does. So we're going to start from the top and work our way till the end like the last video. Shumagurath. Shumagurath is a heavy mix-up character. He can fall in the support category, but I've seen players use him as point characters in the early stages of Ultimate Marvel and even in the golden age of Marvel. He's got a very weird hitbox, and if you don't fight this character often, many of the combos that work on a majority of the cast are going to feel a bit strange against him. You're going to get this gut feeling like something's about to fall off with this character, and that's because this character is designed just as weird as he looks. He has great normals. He does struggle with initiating offense without an assist, but he's probably one of the only semi-unorthodox characters in this game because you rarely see him. His assists are good, his supers are fantastic, but the cost of playing him is the learning curve for mastering Shumagorath. You'd have to be a specialist to really main him. And by now, I'm sure there's somebody who doesn't have the chance to express the tech with Shumagorath to really explore and showcase how dangerous this character is. He struggles with a lot of issues that many characters do, especially on the Capcom side, where he can't convert off of a lot of advantageous situations most of the top tier characters can. From super jump height, he can convert, but his combos are not optimal. His priority on moves is situational, and the priorities on his special moves are very tricky, but you have to explore with this character. The big downside with Shumagorath is his learning curve keeps a lot of players from touching him or using him in tournaments, but there are some specialists out there, and if you dive into the deep archives of Ultimate Marvel on YouTube, you will find some cool, interesting tech with this character. It's just, when will we see it? We'll never know. Hopefully, Ultimate Marvel still has a limelight until the new Tokon Fighters comes out. But great character is just unexplored to the maximum. And I think he can handle a lot of the top tier teams. It's just, I wish he had like some invincibility on a lot of his special moves to kind of get through a lot of the more Doom teams and really handle the Zero May Cry. I honestly think the only team that Shumagorath can struggle against is the Morgan Doom team. Because once Morgan gets her fireball game started, it's very hard for him to initiate anything without getting hit. So, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is another character that struggles with initiating offense, but his teleports are so fast. If you have a good beam assist like Magneto, you could definitely cause some serious mix-ups against your opponent. Doctor Strange has some of the most unique special moves in the game, and they often allow you to initiate your offense if you get time to set them up. So you have to be very strategic with playing Doctor Strange. A good strategy is going super jump hype, using his spells of the Fontaine, and really using your assist to initiate the offense. Downside is, you don't want your assist to get sniped, and he's going to need some form of rushdown character on the team to kind of give him a break to recuperate after he set things up. Ideally, you could have Hawkeye as an assist character to really help Doctor Strange get his offense going, but mainly he's great for hard tag combos, the very intermediate to advanced stuff. Doctor Strange is one of those characters as the gift that keeps on giving. He gets better the more you know the game and the better you play the game. If you pick Doctor Strange, all of his assists are fantastic. He goes with any team, and his alpha counters, his supers are fantastic. I mean, if you paired him with Beautiful Joe, use the bomb assist and use his 6 cannon, hyper change into his counter super, the bomb will blow up and you can use that as a super. I mean, and that super does a massive amount of damage. So that in and of itself is one of the unique things for this game. I believe Doctor Strange is an unexplored character in terms of handling the Morgan team. I wish there was a better name. I'll say Team Chris G. Doctor Strange can handle Team Chris G because he's got a lot of supers and Flames of the Fontaine that he can set up, along with assists that can definitely give him the time to really counter that team. So honestly, Doctor Strange is a great character, and they did right by not giving him a good dash, because if he had a good dash and he was moving like Magneto, I mean, this character would be a problem. So, not a bad choice. Just understand his weaknesses, bad movement, and he needs space to work. And he could be smothered if not played correctly. Dormammu is another set play character. Imagine he's Doctor Strange with better normals and mobility. He has teleports, but the problem with Dr. Dormammu is he has a size issue, and he kind of needs time to set up. I've seen people play point Dormammus, but they're few and far between. Dormammu has spell supers, kind of like Doctor Strange, but at the same time, Dormammu's spells are a bit more omnipotent or omnipotent compared to the rest of the cast. If you have a point Dormammu with assist, no matter what, if your assist connects, Dormammu's already set up, and you can really keep the opponent locked down, hard tag into a mix-up character. He can really build a team that can steamroll. If you want Dormammu as a character on your team, you just understand how to use him. He's a really useful character on a team. His downsides, though, he would be an S tier character if his size wasn't so much of an issue. But people move so well with him. I would say he's like an A+ character. Can he OCV a team without X Factor? I doubt it. I've seen it happen, but it's very hard without X Factor. His supers are great. His assist, it really depends on how you set him up, but he's a set play character. And for people who play anime, those types of characters, you need a game plan, a flow chart to really dominate your opponent. Great character. Size is an issue. Useful normals. And he has priority, and that's the main thing that makes Dormammu good. His priority on a lot of special moves is hyper moves is second to none. So great pick. Dr. Doom is probably an S tier character. He can handle a team by himself with very mediocre assists. I mean, if you picked Felicia and Hashinko and you have Dr. Doom, he can make that team an A+ team simply because of all the things he can do. He can use hidden missiles to lock the opponent down while an assist occupies your time. He can delay time while stalling in the air using photon waves. He can initiate offense, do mix-ups depending on the assist that he has. Dr. Doom, by design, isn't a support character, but as the game developed, Dr. Doom is so versatile in his ability to attack any character. The problem with Dr. Doom is his movement. It's like triangle, so he moves in a diagonal triangle. But I've never seen a point Doom dominant team because people love hidden missiles. It's a fantastic assist for at least how the game works. It occupies so much time, it tracks, and you can really do some damage with Doom. I mean, he's just a very good character. He's got access to TAC infinites. He can do it all. The only thing he can't do is what Morgan can and dominate the full screen from full screen away. Dr. Doom, if mastered, is a very dangerous character. Plus, he's got foot dive. Foot dive is the most broken move next to Dante and Virgil's Hellenbreaker. But, I mean, if Dr. Doom is in the air and you're below him, you're more than likely going to get foot dive. The priority on that move is insane, and you aren't going to beat that unless you use a raw S. So Dr. Doom, very solid character. His movement is his weakness, but aside from that, he's too good. He's just too good. And I'm biased because I like Dr. Doom. He's my favorite character ever since I was a kid. So, yeah. MODOK is a very unorthodox character. He has so many different unique special moves, and he can occupy the screen kind of like Morgan without the durability. He's a set play character with movement like Magneto. The problem is his size, his complex moveset, and his ability to lock down the opponent. He could be a rushdown character, easy. But his size is the problem. Plus, he's so unorthodox. His moves have a lot of different properties. But once you mastered MODOK, like Dr. Doom, he's a problem. I have yet to see two efficient Dr. Dooms and Modocs on one team. Maybe from an old player by the name of Priest. He used to play a lot in the California area. He was really dominant with Modoc. People didn't know what Modoc was doing, but he kind of fell off after the game kind of went to the Bronze era. Modoc he's so complex, and he has a jamming bomb move that nobody if you could really plan your whole team around playing Modoc's jamming bomb, and that in and of itself can mess up a Morgan team really bad. Randomly just start doing Modoc stuff. He can actually stall Morgan Doom's things. He can do a charge assist, sit at the top of the screen, and really snipe out Dr. Doom with Magneto assist to stop the hidden missiles. If you had Modoc, Dr. Doom, and Dr. Strange on a team, and you knew how to handle Morgan Doom, Team Chris G, that's the only complete Marvel team that could really stop the Chris G team. Now, that team would struggle against Zero May Cry, but because Modoc has the jamming bomb, you could really mess with Zero May Cry because Zero is the centerpiece of that team. He really starts the train for the momentum that team has access to. Very secret top tier character. I would put him as S tier because of the stuff he can do. He's just so complex, and you'd have to play this game and put in his complexity to muscle memory to master him. So fantastic character. His size is the issue and his complexity is the issue. Super Skrull. He is a great comeback character. He's got some very peculiar normals, and the hit properties on a lot of his moves are strange, but they're advantageous if you know him. He's the only character that has an infinite that's incredibly difficult to do, but if you master it, you can do it anywhere in the game. You have to be very technical with it, and there's a video out there on YouTube, like Super Skrull Infinite. You could do it with the X Factor, without X Factor, and he does a lot of damage. You mainly see Super Skrull on teams where Frank West is a part of it because his level 1 super does a lot of hits, THC into Frank West for it to miss, and he can do a lot of damage and get Frank to level 5 easy. Super Skrull is very unorthodox, like Modoc, in that he could come back. For a long time in Marvel's competitive history, Super Skrull was a very big X factor, like how Wesker was back in Fate of Two Worlds and early Ultimate. He was just he still is a random character, and he's so random. In fact, he's got different inputs for different positions of the screen. You can't do one special move and it goes where you not need to. You have to do the correct special move for it to go where you need to. And even if you did orbital, whatever that move is, Meteor Crush, you could probably do that as a mix-up with Magneto. I haven't seen it yet, but he's one of those ones, I don't know. I think he could be an answer to Team Chris G, but no one's really explored that, but we can. Great character, complex. You have to know what you're doing with this character. So he's an advanced character, but once again, the issue with him is he needs space to really work. Taskmaster. He's very linear. A lot of his special moves are complex and situational. His damage is good. He does have an infinite, but it's very tricky. At one point during the infinite, while you're in the zone, it will start to push the character out of the corner, and when you start to continue the infinite, you'll have to slightly adjust. So it's not very reliable, but the problem with Taskmaster is there are so many other characters that can kind of do what he does, you pretty much can use him as a support character. Dare I say you use him as a rushdown character. He does have great priorities on his normals, but you really need to explore him to understand what he's capable of. He's got the arrows, he's got the supers, and he can really rush down. He's got counter supers, counter normals, but once again, it's like high risk, low reward. And he's a sleeper, honestly. Like, if Morgan team wasn't an issue in this game, you would see more Taskmaster. You could have Taskmaster and Hawkeye on a team with Doctor Strange, and it'd be a pretty solid team. You know, you could really do some work with Taskmaster. I don't know that he's got good mix-ups, but he does have an unblockable. And the unblockable, if you practice it, it can really open up a lot of people, and you can just start your infinite from there. He's actually a broken character. People don't know this. You know, all you need is an assist that locks the opponent down for like 2 Marvel seconds, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and you can start an unblockable. You're going to force the opponent to make a hard choice with either spinning bar or force their turn when you play Taskmaster, but you really have to know what you're doing. You need a fast assist to allow him to get close, and you need an assist that locks the opponent down to initiate the unblockables. He does struggle against Team Chris G, but his supers are so good, and if you use a fight stick playing Taskmaster, this character just blossoms. He opens up so many possibilities that most characters can't. It's just when you use Taskmaster, oftentimes you have to protect your assist, then get in and start doing your thing. And he's a fun character. I don't think he's low tier. I think he's an A+ character. But in terms of tournament play, a lot of people may argue that he's not an A+ character because he doesn't have a lot of mix-ups, but he's got an unblockable. I mean, out of the characters that have an unblockable, it's Sea Viper, Taskmaster. I don't know any other character that has an unblockable. Oh, Firebrand. Yeah. Why would you not want to use these characters? They got unblockables. Use them. And there are assists in this game that lock an opponent down. That opponent is down there for a second, you can do an unblockable. Sleeper top tier. Very, very good, but you have to train with this character. And that goes for a lot of the Marvel cast. You have to train with a lot of the Marvel cast to really see what they can do. Like the Capcom characters, you could cherry pick what moves they have, but the Marvel characters really have to train with them to really see how much they can do. This is going to be a long video, so get ready. Taskmaster, one of my favorites. He's got a hood. She-Hulk was very popular in the early days of Marvel. She's got great moves. Her priorities on her specials are fantastic. Like many Marvel characters, she struggles with having the need for space to really work. If there's any move in this game that stops her from moving or having a lot of breathing room, she's gonna have a lot of trouble. She can't confirm off super jump height optimally, but there are some videos where it can happen, like in the corner. Her specials are good. She's got a air super that you can use to stop people from incoming, that advanced guard. She-Hulk has a specific team that allows her to initiate resets with Spencer and whatever other team. I think Combo Fiend used She-Hulk, Spencer, and Taskmaster for a while. And, you know, that was very cool. But of course, Combo Fiend was a very good player. And he knew what to do with that character. But sometimes, you know, Team Chris G would just steamroll that team and would not allow them to play because they gave Morgan breathing room. And that's the main thing about the Marvel side. You can't give your opponent time to breathe, but at the same time, you need time to breathe to set up. So it's a double-edged sword. Character, She-Hulk is great, but she kind of struggles with doing things on her own. high risk, high reward, but there's not much outside of the unique properties of her moves and the priorities. I wish people would kind of play her like a Marvel 2 style, have a rush down character, mix up with her assist, and go from there. So, not a bad character, but very unexplored, honestly. And her armor properties are pretty good. Definitely check her out. Hulk, you see Hulk on Team Big Body with, Team Cane Blue River. I mean, he's a great character and high tier on the right team. He's got great priority. He's got armor on a lot of his moves. He's got a ton of health. The problem is he's a big body, so he's going to get hit by a lot of stuff. He struggles against Morgan team, but once he gets the ball rolling, I mean, he can really steamroll a whole team. So Hulk's biggest weakness is you can really honestly pick him up and do whatever you want, but understand at the competitive level, you can't get away with that. The best thing for Hulk to do is win the start of the round. That way, he's got the momentum to really win the whole game. So, great moves, great supers, great damage. And he's an all-around great character on a good team. So, yeah, just his size is a problem, and he can't really do TAC infinites that we know of. Thor, I wish Thor kind of had what Hulk had, but Thor doesn't have a lot of the priorities on his moves that are abusable like Hulk. He's got great hit properties, he's got great specials, damage. His movement is lacking, but the reason why he's low tier is because he suffers from the big body problem in that he's got a large size. He can't really do a lot of offense with his normals. He's got Almighty Throw, which is great for mix-ups, but you need a team to allow him to get close. I would put Thor on a team with Taskmaster with parabolic arrows. That way, kind of occupies that space that people can jump away from and where he can move. His movement is slow, but if you use his flight mobility correctly without getting the heavy attack out, he's not so bad. Super jump, try jump, S. Watch him push block, Almighty Throw, and then all that stuff. He's not terrible, but he's also not great. It's just all these top tier teams, they can really disrupt what Thor does. But like I said, there are some specialists out there that really know how to use Thor. I mean, his damage is so good. I'll say that his damage is just as good as Hulk's. Say something in the comments, but Thor is really good. And like Hulk, Thor needs momentum. You need a good assist to start. And once you get the momentum, I mean, it's over. You can reset your opponent depending on the character, read their air dashes, and everything. I remember when I was really training in this game, like I stayed in this lab for hours, and he's got a lot of flowcharty stuff, and even at super jump height to really damage and really mess with people. So he would really flourish if like Chris G at his prime used Thor. He would make it really far with him because he knows how to play the game. I can't wait to see a Tampa Never Sleeps and a Thor player pop up. That'd be awesome. So Thor is a big size, great normals, great specials, very high damage, slightly okay mobility, but his practicality in a team is lackluster. His assists are good, but he struggles with the mobility, and he needs an assist to get things started, like the Capcom character. So that's his downside. Iron Man was very popular in Fate of Two Worlds because of his movement. He was really fast. He was kind of like Dr.Doom is now, but they nerfed his speed, his flight ability, and that brought him to like the bottom tier of the tier list, Iron Man has great specials, great supers, no invincibility on any of the moves, but his assists are great. Unibeam is great, and that repulsor spread move is great. He's one of those support characters. Unfortunately, he's just, if his movement was like it was in Fate of Two Worlds, he would definitely be top tier. He could definitely stall. He could definitely go to super jump height like MODOK and spam smart bombs and really disrupt Morgan's team, because smart bombs have a lot of durability, and at the angle they fall at, it's like a trebuchet. It comes down in an arc, and it can really disrupt the Morgan Doom team. But really, with Iron Man, you just have to use his special moves and tag in somebody else, so that way you can use his assists. He's got TAC infinites. He can combo and do relaunch combos. Can't confirm off a super jump height. He doesn't have any special moves in the air. So with Iron Man, you've got to be very careful with how you use him. Get him in, get him out, and really abuse his special moves, because he's got a lot of priority on him. His movement is just one of his problems. But his normals are very good. Just keep him on the ground. Don't use him in the air unless you're trying to get away or stall for time. It's very bad. I don't know why they did that to him. So, yeah. Captain America is a great point character. He's very well-rounded. He's like Nova. We'll get to Nova later. In that he has a lot of great normals to initiate offense. He's got the cartwheel to mix up people in the corner. He's got left-right mix-up. He also has a Hunter series in terms of normal strings, which means he can go from high-low, high-low. He doesn't have any... Oh, he does have... he doesn't really have an overhead, so opening up opponents is very difficult, but he does have Charging Star and Stars and Stripes uppercuts assist, so you could really optimize a lot of hit confirms from super jump height or normal jump height if you call Strider assist and use Stars and Stripes, not the super, but the uppercut. The downside with Captain America is that there are Capcom characters that do what he does better, but he's unique in that he can bypass a lot of projectiles. He can fight against Morgan in the opening match, but as the game progresses, he's going to struggle with the high risk, low reward theory, and that if you just force your way again against Morgan, you can get lucky and happy birthday their assist, or you could rush your way in and not prepare and then, get blown up. So high risk, low reward character at the high level. Just like Iron Man, know how to use his special moves, and your team should do very well. Hawkeye is a zoning character. He does have great moves and some special priorities, but the downside is his moves don't... He's not designed to rush down people. He could with the right assist, but he definitely destroys Dr. Doom. And any character that wants to zone, he's good against Team Chris G. It's just you have to use him correctly. Like I said, where Hawkeye struggles is that there are characters that can kind of do what he does if you're skilled, but the priority on his moves and his special moves are fantastic. Like Gimlet is fantastic. If you had a meter build assist with a good projectile assist and Hawkeye, I think destroying Team Chris G would be optimal. It's just you'd have to commit to that strategy. We can definitely go over that as how to fight a lot of teams and what characters to use against the top tier teams. So great character, bad normals. You really have to optimize your team around him if you're a specialist, but exploring him in the training room is really fun. Just trying to make him optimal is tough. Ghost Rider, man, like Ghost Rider has it. Like in the opening start of the match, Ghost Rider can stop Team Morgan. He occupies that area where Morgan can initiate her offense, because she can either jump back, shoot a fireball, and get hit by the chain, or yeah, that's pretty much it. He can do that sniper with that one special move where it does a cinematic, THC into something and do some more stuff. I think if you were to do that and you just wanted to use that strategy, you would use Ghost Rider, have a meter build assist, and use Storm to THC from, so that way you guys can capitalize on damaging Morgan. But he's very linear. That's the problem with Ghost Rider. He doesn't have any moves that keep the offense going. You really have to harass the opponent and keep them locked down. And Advanced Guard really messes with Ghost Rider. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Advanced Guard just destroys his character. You Advanced Guard his standing H, and now he's already full screen. He can't really do much. But he does do well at sniping assists with that one special move he has. But we'll do an individual character breakdown on situations in Marvel, so that way people are aware of what this character can do. He can pretty much clear the screen when Morgan does her fireball thing, but the issue is how does he protect behind him? You know, you're kind of risking it. So situational character Advanced Guard destroys him, which sucks, but you know, not every character can have everything, and not every character does. Rocket Raccoon's a very good support character. I've seen people rush down with Rocket Raccoon, and I've seen people use him as a starting character, but he's so small that it's very hard to keep that momentum going. If you used Rocket Raccoon, my best advice is to use him as a support character. He's a set play character with rushdown capabilities, and honestly, if you really wanted to just have fun, you could pick Rocket Raccoon, Magneto, and a very good assist, and just have a good time. I don't know that he will be anytime the Rocket Raccoon is on a team, that team won't be S tier unless nobody knows what he's doing. But he needs great assists to kind of initiate what he's doing. He's got some good hit properties on special moves, and his combos are pretty straightforward, but that log trap assist and that move by itself is so good. It just has no durability. Like, if they gave it some good durability, great option against Morgan team. And it honestly, you don't hear it at all during a match. Like, you hear Morgan doing fireballs, and you'll randomly see a log fly across the screen. You don't hear him at all. But he's a great asset to any team. So I recommend picking Rocket Raccoon for that purpose. And he can kind of avoid that Morgan team. So yeah, I just use Morgan team as a reference because it shuts down a lot of things in this game, but it can be fought against, so be mindful of that. Wolverine's a pure rushdown character. You're not going to play keep away with him. Your job is to just harass this opponent as much as you can. Find an assist that occupies the screen and allows him to mix up the opponent. I don't know, he doesn't have an overhead, but he does have the Ricky Ortiz, where you do normal jump, light attack, X Factor, and then steamroll a team. If you wanted to really clear a team really fast with Wolverine, that's what you would need to do. Like, if you get a hit on Morgan, you need to smother her, X Factor her, and then take out the first two characters on the team before they get a chance to use whatever team they need. If it was me, I would land a hit on Morgan, X Factor her, and the last hit I would snap kill her, bring in Virgil, and I would mix him up and get rid of him. That's how I would do it. You know, Justin Wong, he won Evo against Chris G, and I mean, it just shows that you could do it. It's just you have to know when you can and can't initiate your offense. So great character. Unfortunately, he only got one overhead mix-up. His mix-ups are left and right, and he has no way to really stall. He can just super jump, and that's it. Storm is a great aerial character. She's got a lot of priorities on her special moves, and her super hailstorm is very good. It doesn't hit entirely full screen, but she's great for like if your team wants happy birthdays and to do a lot of damage, pick Storm. You know, Justin Wong, he uses Storm and Wolverine on the team, and if he wants to get rid of a character very fast but doesn't want to waste X Factor, he'll do a simple Wolverine combo and then team hyper combo with their assist with a Storm, and it'll do a buttload of damage. I don't know how much damage it does, but I'll test it out and we'll go from there. Problem with Storm is that her movement, it's good in the air, but it's sometimes slow. She's a good rushdown character because she's got some good mobility, but I haven't seen anybody really flourish with her, and her damage is very low. And her combos are situational, but very good character. It's just very unexplored, and there's a lot of Marvel 2S things you can do with her if you want her as a team, like a rushdown team. If you want a Marvel rushdown team, pick her. And she does great damage and supers from stray hits from super jump height that lead into different things. So not a bad character, just her damage is bad. Sentinel is one of those big bodies that has pretty much everything. He does struggle with the Morgan team because he's like one of the bigger characters, like Nemesis. His normals have a lot of priority, and he's got the best incoming escape for any character in this game. Hard drive. He can pretty much do that against anybody and escape anything. If you have the bar, if you want to risk it. He's a terrifying X Factor level 3 character because he's a big guy, but honestly, like, for some reason that people always get hit by his low medium, and like even the best players get hit by it. But he's one of the characters that can confirm off a super jump height, and he's a great character for assist in the game. So overall, good character. Just his size is his weakness, and you know, I don't know. He's not a good starting character. Magneto is probably one of the best point characters in this game. His movement is broken, and what broken means is it's pretty much unfair. Like, he can escape, run away. He doesn't really have to rush down, but he's got what Storm should have. But, you know, he's got all the damage that Storm doesn't have. But if Storm had the same damage as Magneto, you would see Storm a lot more. You know, a lot of people play him like they did in Marvel 2, but with this game, you can actually do combos and don't rely on resets so much. Magneto's got very good special moves. They're very situational for some regarding his assist, but he's a very good rushdown character. The only issue is by himself, he struggles against characters with more durability, and he can really be kept away. But if you don't defend yourself against Magneto, you're going to get rushed down. So he's a fantastic point character, and he's a very dangerous X Factor character. One thing I did forget to do in this video is say where each character belongs on a team. But honestly, like I did when I started this video, a lot of the Marvel characters are point characters, with the exception of Phoenix. But like, if you don't care, Phoenix is a great rushdown character. Like, we're about to talk about her, so keep that in mind. Phoenix is the best anchor in the game. I don't care what anybody says. She's got X Factor level 3, 5 bars. Anytime Phoenix is on a team, the mission is to get rid of Phoenix. That's what every team's mission is. It doesn't matter. You have to get rid of her, and you have to spend your resources to get rid of her before 5 bars is an option. Because dealing with the X Factor level 3 Phoenix Dark Phoenix is a problem. Like, she is the most broken character in the game. but the trade-off is you have to structure your team around her. She's got everything a character has except good health. But I saw one player try to make it work with her, like as a point team, and then after she got damaged, they would just tag her out and just use Dark Phoenix as a last resort. But you're pretty much working with two characters the whole time. Honestly, if you wanted to do that with Phoenix, you would play. You could do Hulk, Hager, Phoenix, and it's the weirdest team. But the good thing about that is, say you start Phoenix, you could rush down and use Hulk and Hager as an assist. But once you find some breathing room, you could definitely hard tag Phoenix out, save her for later, and just use Hulk and Hager as an assist. There's some other unique teams you could do with Phoenix, but she's very good. I just wish she had more health, and like there would have to be a trade-off. But Dark Phoenix is so dang broken. You'd be dumb not to pick it. The one Marvel team that's the best team in this game is Magneto, Dr.Doom, Phoenix. It's popularized by Filipino chap when he played a lot of the time. And it works so well because Magneto does a lot of damage. Plus, you can do TAC infinites with Dr.Doom, and you can really get 5 bars that easy. And after that, you can pretty much hold out until Dark Phoenix comes about if your team decides to get rushed down. But your defense has to be top notch because they're going to snap her in and try to get rid of Phoenix and do some Phoenix tech. So the very top tier complete Marvel team, you have to be disciplined and not spin the bar frivolously, so that way you can maintain Dark Phoenix as a backup. Great character, bad health, broken game design. Spider-Man, the problem with Spider-Man is he's a great situational character. His durability is terrible, but his special moves are very good. He pairs well with Storm in terms of hyper combo compatibility, because Hailstorm can pick up characters on the ground like OTG. But Spider-Man needs a good assist to initiate his offense, and his damage isn't all that great unless you're technical with him. But honestly, if you use team hyper combos like when you play with Wolverine, if he can land a hit, he's not that bad of a character. You just have to understand what to do with his normals. And he's got some unique property on normals where some combos won't work depending on the input, and some combos will work depending on the input. Great character, great mobility, no durability. No, X-23 is a good point character. She does need assists to continue some of her offense. She, by design, should have been a mix-up character, but she's got a unique mechanic where she can cancel her special moves and string normals together, but she needs a lot of breathing room to do that. And like Ghost Rider, Advanced Guard really messes up this character. Like, if you wanted to do initiate offense, you'd pick Dormammu and use his common assist to lock the opponent down to mix people up. She doesn't have an instant overhead unless you are advanced and you use a lot of her moves. And a lot of the loops that she has are fairly basic. She's like Wolverine if she didn't... X-23 is Wolverine without a lot of damage and very good mix-ups. She just can pressure the opponent very well, but once the opponent starts to run away, that's her biggest problem. Long range destroys this character, and she has no answer against Team Chris G, aside from Dirt Nap. But that's like, why would you even pick that character when you could pick someone else? So, in theory, X-23 is cool, but like, just pick Wolverine. He's a lot faster, and his priorities on his standing moves are better. Deadpool's a great character. He has unique combos. He's got a lot of lows. He's got an overhead. His level 3 super is situational. his damage is great, but he's a keep away character. If anything, he's a zoning character as well. If paired with Dante's assist, he can do a devious mix-up with some special moves. And yeah, Deadpool will definitely take you for a ride if you don't know what he's doing. But that overhead is very good. It hits overhead cross-up in like the dogfight situations in this game. So using Deadpool in dogfights is very good because he can kind of like level the playing field. It's just Deadpool, he loses to the Morgan team because his durability isn't good, but he can take his turn if you super jump and use a special, and you really have to make do with what that is. So pick him that you want, but again, not a bad point character. It's just durability is an issue. Iron Fist is probably the worst character on the Marvel roster simply because all of his moves are physical. He has that dragon kick move, but his special moves are good. But he has no way of attacking in the air. And he's like one of those cool characters like X-23. His assists are fine, but him as a point character, he's like Jill without the random factor of winning. There are some people who can do it, but he's mainly a point character that depends on an assist to help him. And his mix-ups are only good if you can lock the opponent down because Advanced Guard destroys this character. But he's cool. It's just I wish the game wasn't designed in a way that didn't disadvantage him so much. But his assists are fine and his supers are great. But he's just a cool character that can't succeed. Now, if he won an Evo, then that would be something, but we'll see. Last but not least is Nova. You're going to see this character a lot paired with Spencer. They have this hard tag move with Dr.Doom where it does a bit of unscaled damage. But Nova's got a lot of priority on his moves, and he's fast. Also, his throw range, for some reason, is very good. I don't think it's any different than a lot of other characters, but he can find his way into a lot of damage really fast. He's one of the best point characters on the Marvel side, next to Magneto. And like Dr. Doom, he can kind of do it all. He only has 2 lows, well, 3 lows, and that one of them is a special move. He could definitely do cross-ups, and his movement is really good. He can kind of fight Team Chris G very well with one special move that costs him his red health. And he's got the human rocket super that can really clear the screen. But he's a very solid pick against that team if you just want to initiate your offense and get happy birthdays. If it was me and I didn't want Morgan Doom to get any breathing room, I would probably use a meter build assist, spam human rocket. If I got lucky with the happy birthday, either X Factor and take him out, or team hyper combo with Storm. But the downside with Nova is his team hyper combos, the one that they have as his default, uses his red health. And if you were to team hyper combo with him, it would do more benefit as damage. It's just you'd have to keep him on point because there's no point in keeping him in the back burner to recharge health or anything. So great character. He's a high risk, high reward character, and his jab is really good, but you have to know what you're doing with Nova in a sense, but he's very solid. So that wraps up the Marvel side. Once again, I said that there are some unique characters in the Marvel side that need to be explored, that can fight a lot of the teams that are dominant in this game. This video is very long, and I do take time to write down all the strengths and weaknesses for these characters. I would love to do a live stream where I'm breaking down each character individually if by chance there's a way for me to explore with somebody or like do something on Parsec, or we can open up a lobby for testing a lot of the stuff, we can. I play on LAN, but I don't know, Marvel Online is very iffy. But if you do like more of these videos, please like and subscribe. The next thing I'm going to do is break down the types of teams and where I'd classify them as, and really explore what they can and can't do. But having a partner to help that would be great in the long run, so that way we can do some situational advantages and disadvantages for videos. So thank you, and stay tuned for more.